What is good, you two but a two, man? What's good, man? hopefully I enjoyed the last video right there where I exposed the spiritual community, man. Fraudulent people, man. But either way, man, we here with another vid about to react to Chronicles of Judah. So-called black man honesty is the best policy with the liberal woman, volume 2. Let's see what he got cracking on, man.
Man, peace. So brothers, this is going to be volume 2 in a series that I recently started called Honesty is the Best Policy with Women, particularly liberal women. And for the most part, brothers, honesty is the best policy overall. That should always be the go-to, is to be as honest with ourselves and everyone else as possible.
That's facts right there, bruh.
Now, the reason why I say for the most part is because there's a distinction that has to be made between honesty and transparency. You don't have to tell everyone everything. But honesty is what gets you from point A to point B in the quickest and the most economical fashion.
That's a fact, man. You can't be sugarcoating stuff for anybody, man. You just can't, man. Otherwise, you're just gonna lead yourself into more lies, more trouble. And as for what it's worth, honesty is just that shortcut to keep shit real, man. It's the blunt truth. One direction. Ain't these lies. You gotta spread a web of lies on top of lies. Then it's just gonna lead to confusion, man.
Now, volume 1 of this series, I believe, was featuring Mr. Trevor Bauer, the former star pitcher of the Cleveland Indians. And if I remember correctly, that video was pertaining to his notion that he was going to tell females exactly what their relationship dynamic was going to be about, and that they were never going to be the center of his life. Because as I've laid out in other videos, many men today are starting to finally figure out what the modern day female is really about.
Concubine, man. Nothing but concubines. Majority of them. Not all of them. Just majority. 99.9999999999999999999% of all of them, bro. Nah, I'm gonna stop playing.
And that is trying to feed into her own narcissism by getting you to recalibrate your understanding of life from whatever your goal is supposed to be to now focusing on her. Now, in the case of...
And girls don't like that. That's the funny thing, too. They don't like that they become the center of attention, but yet they want to be the center of attention. They move backwards, man.
Volume 2 of this series, it will be featuring Mr. Mesut Karatas, as we can see right here in this court case. And that brings me to my next point. A lot of Western...
Don't that man look like a boss, though? Mesut Karatas, bro. This man look like a boss, yo. You know what I'm saying? With the button-up shirt, button-up polo tucked in, with the folder in his right hand, bruh. He about business.
Or westernized men have to start to finally catch up to the Middle Eastern and Far Eastern man, as well as the men of the quote-unquote Eastern Hemisphere in their understanding of women. What they do is they come over from wherever they're from, Turkey or Palestine or Afghanistan, Iran, whatever, or parts of East Africa, Central Africa, West Africa, and they understand what the Western woman is. They know that she's a concubine. They do not take her seriously.
That's a fact, man. Operate on a higher level than majority of the men here. They all about the business. Why you see a lot of them in the corner stores? You know what I'm saying? They by the deli. They're everywhere, bruh.
Many of these men come...
They got their own shops and all that. My bad for interrupting your chronicles. Just had to point that out there. But they're more easy to get loans than a lot of us so-called black people, because the banks trust them with their money more than us. They see what we about. Nothing but confusion. Nothing but chaos. Because we can't keep ourselves under control emotionally. We're too emotional. We always claim, yo, we keeping it real. We always keeping it real, yo. Yeah, yo. Fuck out of here. Yeah. You know, anybody keeping it real. You can't even keep it real with yourself, man.
To America, they establish businesses and revenue streams here. They will have a wife in their home country, wherever they're from, Yemen or Qatar or what have you. and they'll have a series of westernized or Western females here that they use as concubines. They utilize many of these social media or dating apps to just get their nut off, and they send a lot of their money back to their families, back wherever they're from. They do not take the women here anywhere near as seriously as so many males take the women here, especially between the ages of 15 to 35. That is when a lot of these males in America get into their most trouble, because it takes them a while to figure out exactly what the modern day Western or westernized female is actually about.
That's facts, man. Once you ingrained yourself in understanding the nature of the woman here, nothing can stop you. Literally nothing. You're used to everything. You're used to their machinations. You're used to their foolishness. It's not going to bother you, because you understand. They act like this because they just act like this. Ain't no way around it, bruh.
So anyway, they're going to talk about it. I'm going to chime in.
Plaintiff Masood Karadish says when he met the defendant online, he wasn't looking for a serious relationship.
In other words, he was just looking for a concubine. And there's nothing wrong with that. He has a series of goals, as we're going to find out, and he is not going to allow the foolishness of the average modern relationship convention in America to dissuade him from his goal and his focus.
That's another thing, man. Y'all tolerate these females talking shit and talking down upon y'all, man. Cut that shit out, bro. Can't let shit like that slide. The disrespect gotta be cut off, simple. If she disrespecting you on a daily basis, bro, or throwing slight jabs at you every which way, and you not nipping that shit in the bud, man, you gotta leave, bro. She don't respect you at that point, man. When you try to nip it in the bud eventually.
They dated casually and were intimate. Masood is suing because he claims the defendant was negligent and damaged his garage door. Defendant Lisa Allen admits that her relationship with Masood wasn't serious, but...
And anyone with two eyes and understanding can look at this broad and quickly discern that she knows that she is expiring at a rapid rate.
Yeah, she old as hell. Why she look like a clown though, bro? She looks like a clown, man. She's probably about 45. She got the crazy look in her eyes. She was walking hella fast in this room too.
She's trying to keep it together. And you'll find this with the modern female. At a couple of ages, she tends to be in a rush in her relationships. That pivotal time period between the age of 29 and 32, where she wants to quote-unquote get married and act like she wants to settle down. Or in the case of a female like this, in her early to mid-40s, where she's starting to near the point of initialization of her maturation as a woman and understanding that everything is not about her, because she is going to start to lose her looks. That is another time period where all of a sudden, any man in her life is supposed to wife her up.
Yeah. I mean, the women use their looks to gain options. That's all what it's about, man. Just options. And once her looks deteriorate, so does her options. They always hit that wall. As men, we don't usually hit that wall. And we go on the incline because the finances go up, our acuity goes up. Just everything about us goes up. We mature, the maturation, the glow, just everything. We gotta use those tools to make proper discernments as to which woman we gotta wife up. That's it.
And a lot of these dudes are not falling for this shit anymore.
Did agree to be exclusive. And that's why Lisa got angry when she realized Masood was still meeting other women online.
He met you on a dating app. That means that he is looking for dates, not looking for a wife.
Yeah, if you're on a dating app looking for a wife, man, something wrong with you, bruh. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Something is wrong with you, bruh. Plain and simple.
Lisa denies owing him for anything.
All rise. This court is now in session.
And that bro looks like she gets strung out on alcohol and antidepressant pills. Nothing against her, but that's the visage, that's the countenance that she has in my view.
The Honorable Judge.
Yeah, he peeped how she walked hella fast, though.
You may now seated.
Start with you.
Defendant and I met a few years ago through dating site in 2016, and after that we texted like a couple days, and we decided to meet, and we had a good time. We drink and talk, and she's a very talkative person. And then after that, she invited me to her house. We started seeing each other. It wasn't, exclusive relationship, because I made my point when we met.
That's what's up, bro. You heard what he said? He said he made that point when they first met. Now when later on in the line, nothing of that sort. He made sure to let her know from the jump that we're not exclusive. I got other girls on the side. I got a wife at the crib. Me and you, we not exclusive. I could see other people. You could see other people. And she stuck by him, and now she mad. Even though she signed up for this shit. You see that, bro?
You got?
What's that?
Doesn't matter. Don't ask him any questions that have nothing to do with this case. I know why you're doing it, for entertainment value. But the judge picks up right away that that the plaintiff is not trying to be tied down to any one woman.
That's a fact, man.
Women you have.
None, Your Honor.
Stop lying. You know that you have multiple women. Nothing wrong with that. But I know why he's saying that, though. He probably is worried that it's going to impact the case.
Currently, I'm going.
Well, it was exclusive.
I would have told him, don't watch that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't watch that, bro. Don't watch that. Come on, Mathis. You know better, man. You been around the block.
Currently, I'm going to school full-time and go to work.
And good for you. That's what you're focused on. These modern-day females, when they're going to school, quote-unquote, allegedly going to school, they do not allow a man or a relationship to get in the way of that.
But if you have
That's
nobody
facts
else,
right
it's
there, too.
exclusive. In fact, that's the definition of exclusive.
No, an exclusive relationship is when you both agree that you're not going to see anyone else. And that normally only occurs in the verbal agreement. There's normally still some dibble-dabbling going on. But just because he happened to not have any other women does not mean that it becomes an exclusive relationship by default.
I didn't want to comment anyway.
Whether you know it or not, you were exclusive.
Nah, that's not exclusive. Yeah, like Chronicles just said, bro. He told her from jump, we're not exclusive. I mean, sure, you might be the only woman right now, allegedly, but we just not exclusive. We vibing. That's it. We're vibing. Ain't nothing else.
Go ahead. So, you told her you didn't want to tie yourself down.
Yeah, at the first meeting, and she was really nice, and I just wanted to be honest with her, and I told.
Hey, brothers, you hear that? He said he wanted to be honest with her. If you're going to be honest with the woman about your situation, make sure that you do it as soon as possible. Let her know, I'm not looking to settle down right now. Most of these women are horny as hell. They don't give a shit what your situation is early. Now, after a few dates or a few times of you hitting it, they might try to lock you down per se. But initially, the woman will listen to you say any damn thing. You can say, I have 5 wives and 27 kids. If she finds you attractive, your voice is nice, you're well put together, clean, have a nice house, she don't give a shit what your situation is. She ready to give you them walls right off the bat, because the woman really exists on thrill sex. With the woman, there has to be some type of passion or emotion associated with sex.
Yeah, man, that emotional roller coaster, as Sublime Conscious would say, man. The emotional roller coaster, thrill sex. Women get a rise of raising people's emotions, man. It is what it is, though.
They're not good with monotony at all. Women have a very poor time dealing with monotony. And that's the reason why there's so much frenetic elements to many of these modern day relationships. Because the woman is not informed that there is something wrong with her essential nature to destroy and rebuild with someone else, somewhere else, or something else. The woman is constantly looking to create a feeling of variety in her life, at least until she gets old enough to understand that she no longer has the options to move on.
My situation, that I was going to school full-time and working full-time, So I wasn't looking for a serious relationship.
Okay.
And then I give her time. I said, think about it. If you want to go for it, just text me.
And you knew that she was going to text you. You got that look that a lot of these, especially these Caucasian women, like that European, Mediterranean look. You knew he was going to get the ass.
Hey, yo, Judah's a funny ass nigga, bro. Judah's a funny ass nigga, man.
Went home and she started texting me, and
How long after getting home?
like a couple days.
Oh, okay.
So our texting turned into sexting, and
I'm sure probably because she started it. That's normally how it goes. These women, they very sexual early on.
She smiling hella hard too, bro. You know she started that shit, man. You know she was the initiator.
That's why she had to laugh. She said, damn right. I sent these coochie walls in a sext about 2 seconds after our first date.
How far did you stay from her?
what's that?
How far did you all stay from each other?
It's like 45 minutes.
Okay.
So she,
I always wonder when people sext each other.
Right.
Why don't you just go over it?
Quick.
Probably because they're trying to build up anticipation. And in the case of a lot of men today, you should be taking your time and getting to know these women because they will try to break down that barrier by acting overly sexual early. So you should take your time with the woman.
Question.
Easy, Your Honor.
Go ahead. That's what I was wondering how far you lived. Go ahead.
It wasn't like continued relationship. It was just like we were on for 2 months and now for 1 year or something like that. And
In other words, she's a concubine. Brothers, when you start hearing that on-off shit, and I have to start adding to that series, the makeup-breakup dynamic, whenever you're with a female who's always trying to quote-unquote break up with you, it's because she wants to engineer you. She needs you to come back and apologize or appear to be contrite in some way, even if the reason why you guys argued was due to her trying to contrive some bullshit reason for the exercise or the ritual of the argument in and of itself. She's trying to break you down mentally and spiritually and force you to capitulate to her whims.
Over the course of how many years?
it's like a few years.
A few?
Yeah, on and off. So she invited me to her house, and then we watched movie and drink
Netflix and chill.
and talk. It was a good
They love that Netflix and chill, man. You know what I'm saying?
time, and except
That's what the concubine is for. She's for a good time. Hey, brothers, the concubine will show you a great time. That'd be very fun. Problem with the concubines is that normally they have some type of mental or personality issue. Diarrhea of mouth, they just say anything. They get upset over little things. They have post-traumatic stress disorder from previous relationships or their family life in their youth. Out of nowhere, they'll try to start an argument or a fight. Things like that stop them from becoming the wife that they possibly could be.
That sounds like them issue now, you know what I'm saying? But as men, we gotta do better. We just have to, man. We can't just blame outside sources every single time for our mishaps. Can't just blame the woman. Like, yo, she act like a look like a bitch, you know what I'm saying? That's why I had to do that shit, you know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. There's no need to act emotional, man. Stay calm, cool, and collected.
she's under influence. It's just like different personality. You don't want to be around.
Absolutely. You see that? Multiple personality disorder.
What, drinking?
Yeah, and then
She a mean drunk or sloppy type drunk? I love you
under
drunk.
influence, she
I love you
gets,
type
gets
drunk.
very
Diarrhea mouth drunk, probably.
close and
Oh, that's
other
a mean
things,
drunk.
and,
Okay.
yeah,
Mean. You got two types of drunks.
and
now.
giving me a hard
One
time.
is a mean, they just turn on it. Another one's one of them lovable drunks. And I'd rather have a mean one than a lovable one, to be honest. Them lovable ones get on my nerves.
You probably want a mean drunk because that's what your ass is. Who the hell wants some broad take a couple drinks and want to curse everybody out?
Probably break a bottle up the side of their head, too, bro. You never know, man.
I'd be like, bitch, get the hell up out of my damn face.
Man, you a mean drunk or a guy or a
No.
lovable drunk?
I'm a
Hey, you can
lovable
be
drunk.
lovable.
That sounds like cap.
I'm a lovable drunk.
You're a horny drunk. Just like you're horny when you're sober.
I know he's lying to me about things, and
You give me some history on your associate.
Brothers, the liberal woman needs you to be a liar. It's important to her that you're a liar.
So that they can blame you for lying in the first place once things is done. Say, oh, you lied to me, this, that, and the third. And you know, man, ain't nothing worse than dealing with an angry ass woman, bro. It just is what it is. Ain't nothing worse than dealing with an angry woman, because they can think of the most vengeful shit ever, and you wouldn't even know. That shit's dangerous.
Okay, I'm going to stress this point. The modern liberal woman needs you to be a liar. She has to cast you as a liar so that she can forsake and forego any sense of accountability or culpability in her numerous and myriad relationship issues. She needs to cast you as a liar. Even if you're honest as hell, they're still going to try to find a way to cast you as a liar. It's very important for the maintenance of what they believe is sanity.
Okay, well, I met Masood a couple years ago on a dating app. We got together, we hooked up, we've been on and off for...
Y'all been fucking on and off for the last 2 years because you're not wife material. And he's not looking for a wife. He probably has a wife back in Turkey somewhere.
Couple years.
Why on and off? Curious.
On for 2 months.
Why? You fall out?
Oh, no, because he's so busy. He has no time for me.
You rather have a, a bum man than a busy man? What's wrong with you? It's like you can't win within the situations, man. If you're too busy, like, oh, you don't have time for me, you're not giving me any attention, da-da-da-da-da. If you're not doing nothing, it's like, oh, get up your ass, you lazy ass, bum ass nigga. What are you doing? What are you doing? Bum ass, bitch ass nigga. It's like you can't win, bro.
In other words, he's putting his career first as he's supposed to.
It's a fact, man. Purpose over woman for all day, every day. Simple. Because a woman could get any time. But your gifts, you gotta take time to refine it, man. It just is what it is.
I've already done a video along this same line. I believe it was an elder cat by the name of Umberto. These women, they get very upset when they realize that they're not number one in your life. The woman needs you to recalibrate your life to make her number one so that she can feel better about herself. She needs to be worshipped. That's very important for them. This person right here does not understand that all she is a jump off. That's it.
No time. He can't have what he said, what we agreed to is we weren't going to have a serious relationship, but he wasn't going to be with anyone else either.
That sounds like cap because he just said that we're not exclusive. So what are you talking about, son? Do better.
So,
You mean that's what you told him? How the hell are you going to be in a serious relationship where no one is allowed to fuck anybody else? That's like an oxymoron. I mean, shit, what else did you agree to? You going to be a carnivorous vegan? Knock it off.
exclusive at the time were you dating?
And consistent, obviously, you were seeking.
Like I said, in a casual relationship, how y'all fucking exclusive? Just the dumbest shit I be hearing sometimes, bro. Whatever. It be delusional as hell, man.
A consistent relationship, not every other month.
No, she was just seeking someone who was going to take her seriously. Brothers, at the end of the day, that is what the liberal woman is desperately in search of. Someone who's going to quote-unquote take her seriously.
How can she looking for someone to take her seriously when she can't herself take herself seriously? Never made sense. Never ever made sense. You want to have fun, this and that, but at the same time, you want people to take you serious when you can't take yourself serious. You know how dumb that sounds?
In other words, have good penis, a good paycheck coming in, a nice abode that he lives in, but most importantly, puts her first as a deity or a semi-deity and follows her orders and her instructions. She needs all those things in order for her to feel like she's in a loving relationship, quote unquote.
And even if she gets those things, she's still not going to be satisfied. She's just going to look for another man that could do it better. Excuse me.
Well, a couple breaks were like that, but the over like the last, let's say 6 months, it was.
Why couldn't you all kind of strengthen those ties?
Because he never had any intention of developing anything serious with her.
Judge, did you not hear what he just said in the beginning, man? He said we not exclusive. So why would he form ties with a woman that he himself says we not gonna be exclusive with? Come on, Mathis, you know better than that, man. Do better, son.
He's not leading with his emotions. You can tell by how he speaks. He's not an emotional dude. He analyzes things. He uses analytics in appraising the woman. Once again, the men from overseas have already deduced what the women of America are.
Because they have culture. See the importance of culture? When you're born into culture, you already know what your role is as a man and as a woman. That's it. We're not equals. We're just different. Nothing wrong with being different. As long as you fulfill your role to the best of your ability, then you're fine. And that's what culture is all about. Doing what's right, doing what's wrong, and being shown examples of how to put yourself into successful positions. That's it. The so-called black community here in America, there is no such thing as that. No culture. Because we keep on calling ourselves a color as a race. Black is not a race, it's just a color. Name me a place that's called black. Name me a language that's called black. Name me a religion that's called black. If you guys do that, I'll just shut the fuck up. It's just that simple, man.
Most people over a couple of years, even though they may start out non-exclusive, nothing serious, over a couple of years, they usually tighten up.
Nah. Once it's non-exclusive, that's it. Just for a short time. Just for a short fling. Just have fun. Nah, no tighten up. A rare off chance that could happen. But that sounds like an anomaly.
What happened?
There is no tightening up with Masood. He's not looking to fall in love. He's looking to get this money.
That's a fact, man. Look to get this bread, man. Map out what you're gonna do. If you don't want to go to college, take a year off to yourself and think about what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? No, there's no rush when you're young, man. No rush at all. So as long as you find your gift, you don't necessarily need school, man.
Didn't want to, I guess, because the excuse I get
You didn't graduate?
No excuse. It's just a reason.
is busy. What?
Excuse that he's busy. Get the hell out of here. If he was on his ass all day, your tune would totally change. It's just that simple. So you basically want a man to not be lazy, but at the same time show you as much attention as possible, while at the same time trying to reach for his goals? Impossible. Just delusional at that point.
He hasn't graduated yet?
He hasn't graduated yet.
That's okay.
And he doesn't.
No, actually, I believe he has graduated. As a matter of fact, I think he has his PhD in American Hoology.
Hey, yo, Chronicles, man. Why you gotta do her dirty, bro? Hey, yo, y'all gotta watch this brother, man.
Oh, if after he graduates, he's
Flunking
gonna
so
stay.
you don't have to get into he keeps flunking so you don't have to get into a serious relationship. All right. And did you all ultimately break ties altogether?
Well, okay, so what happened was
What happened was you annoyed the shit out of him talking about some give me more attention, and he said, fuck that shit, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? You stopping me from achieving my dreams, my goals, my aspirations, by being annoying as hell, and not respecting the dynamic which I've laid out in the beginning, which is we are not exclusive. Come on.
On a Friday night, which is the only time he can ever see me, he was over my...
Shit, you lucky you got that night. Friday night is a prime night for hoeing.
She lucky she even got a day.
Or at least for getting some hoes. If he's giving you every Friday night, that means that you have an ample position. You have a very advanced position in his hierarchy. Be happy with that.
I made dinner, we had some drinks, and, mind you, he's so busy. But anyway...
Be happy that he's busy. If he wasn't busy, you call him a deadbeat.
Yeah,
we were having a good time.
This man got a wife and 3 kids.
Most likely. Most likely he does.
You don't know, I know.
I mean, hey, what's wrong with that, bro? Got you a few concubines on the side. The main one at the top. The main one takes priority, man. You ain't the main one, unfortunately. For you.
I never met him in my life. I never met this man in my life.
I'm telling
But I
you,
can
he's
just
got a
hear the
double life.
story. For his story, your story, that's what that equals. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
well,
Yeah, he just doesn't have it in America. But he got a wife and kids somewhere. Probably over in Turkey or some shit.
that's how I think too. So we are having fun and drinking and whatnot, and all of a sudden his Tinder app goes off. Bling! Match. And I kind of just went like this, and I went and sat down on the couch. And
But didn't y'all meet on... Oh my goodness. Didn't y'all meet on Tinder too? And yet you getting mad at him for his Tinder app going off? My man met his match. Come on now. You getting mad off somebody you met on Tinder when you yourself was on Tinder. The hypocrisy.
And of course I have a little attitude. His Tinder
Yeah, you had an attitude because you want to be the only one who's fucking other people, not him.
app is going off with a match, and he's like, I don't like your attitude. And I'm like, well, I don't like your Tinder.
Yeah, Masood tell us straight, yo, I don't like your attitude. I'm not tolerating that. Cut that shit out. Now.
And right away, he's like, don't disrespect me. Like,
Yay, I like this nigga right here. My man Masood letting these women know. Yo, don't disrespect me. I'm the king of my shit.
Good for you, Masood. He putting that damn Turkish foot down real quick. Do not disrespect me. And not because he gonna lay hands on the bra, but he understands and he wants her to understand that he has options and he's not going to be in a relationship based on his emotions. If she wants to be the emotional one, cool. But at any moment, if she does not conduct herself appropriately, biddy bye-bye.
disrespect you. You're on Tinder. You don't have time for me, but you're on Tinder. Okay? So
That's why he don't have time for you. He had to spread that Turkish rooster around. I mean, what are you upset about? Brothers, look. 99 times out of 100, when the liberal woman is trying to argue with you about you having another woman, you know why that is? It's because she has other men, but she wants you to not have any other women because she's trying to understand whether or not she wants things to become more serious with you because she has you on a higher level on her hierarchy than the other men that she's dealing with. Women like to have dumb niggas around for whatever reason because they help her feed into her sense of superiority over men.
That's facts, man. They want to feel smart. Smarter than men. A lot of liberal women are intimidated by smart dudes. Because these smart dudes don't play that shit, man. They know what's up from the get-go and put themselves in situations where the woman don't control them. And the woman is usually ticked off by that.
But then they'll have the one dude who is advanced in various ways and they want him to be the main person. And once they're done with all these other dudes, then they're going to try to go to the higher level dude. You have to approach all situations in this society the same way. You appraise them analytically according to logic, reason, and rationale, so that you do not end up one of these dudes mad at all women, talking about you MGTOW, so on and so forth.
Yeah, these MGTOW dudes, man. Some of them I be listening to, they just sound salty as hell, man. I'm telling you, man. Once you understand female nature, there's no room to hate them. You just understand it. That's it. And move accordingly. Can't be just getting mad. Like, as a man, you can't put yourself in situations where your emotions rule over your decisions like that. You're seeing these dudes on the news killing their ex or whatever. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Do better.
When a lot of the MGTOW dudes come on my channel and get upset, it is what it is. Once again, the vast majority of MGTOW dudes are just simps that got their hearts broke, and it's nothing personal. It's no disrespect. It's just the truth.
Hey, y'all hear that, man? MGTOW dudes, nothing but simps that got their heart broken, man. It is what it is. But it does sound like it, though. The way they speak about women is like, they just denigrate them. It's like, yeah. Sound, they got that type of attitude on them. Like that, man. It's like, come on, man. Do better.
Once we learn how to approach things according to the scriptures and according to logic, reason, and rationale, you will stop yourself from getting caught up in a lot of fucked up situations.
Has no ability to handle any sort of confrontation, so he flees.
In other words, he's too mature to argue with a woman. That's what that really means, because he thinks like a man. Let me rewind this back a little bit so that we can pay.
All that back and forth stuff, man, you can't be doing that. There's no room for that. Once you're in the back and forth with a woman, you're going to lose regardless.
Very close attention to what she just stated.
Sigmund Freud even talked about this. A lot of people who try to address stuff logically versus someone who address stuff emotionally, the logical person usually loses. Because even the logical person themselves decides, you know what, they'll eventually go into this emotional bout with this emotional person, and they're going to reach nowhere. So once you eliminate all the emotionality in a discussion, in a debate, you more likely have a chance to win that debate.
He's like, I don't like your attitude. But I'm like, well, I don't like your Tinder. And right away, he's like, don't disrespect me. Like, disrespect you? You're on Tinder. You don't have time for me, but you're on Tinder.
What he meant by don't disrespect him is that he has the right to do what he wants, because he's a grown man.
That's what I'm saying, man. These guys in America, man, they be limiting themselves when they see a woman with nice ass titties, man. When they get them, it's like, make sure she don't leave me type shit. It's like, bro, what are you doing? You spending more time on the ass and titties than actually doing what you're doing your own goals, doing your purpose.
You don't have a ring on your finger. He does not owe you anything. That's what that means. Do not stipulate something to him like you're his mother. Brothers, isn't it interesting that many of these modern day liberal females, they're so quick to say, these men are looking for their mother. But when they come across a mature-minded man who has a sovereign mentality, all of a sudden they want to try to act like they're your mother to see if they can maybe exert some level of clout that they don't have.
Okay? So he has no ability to handle any sort of confrontation, so he flees.
Once again, she's upset that he would not go back and forth with her. He's not going to give her any excessive or unnecessary energy that's going to lead nowhere. That's where it's going to lead nowhere. Mesut understands what your role is. Your role is to help him bust a nut. That's it. You know?
As harsh as that may sound, it's just the truth, bro.
Not there to argue with.
I'm glad he did. Go ahead.
Judge Mathis said, I'm glad he did, because he understands there's nothing that you gain out of arguing with a woman, brothers. I hope that you understand that, and that's why I accentuate that you should have your own place. Because if he was trapped in a house,
Yeah, man, have your own place. Yo. You don't know how important that is. Just to have your own place, your own setup, where it's just calmness. Because if you have a place with a woman and y'all not on the best of terms, oh my goodness, the possibilities of you get kicked out is damn near at 100%. Plain and simple.
or an apartment with that woman, he would be inundated with a lot of her verbal diarrhea, and eventually he would snap and end up involved in a domestic violence dispute. And then all of a sudden he's a coward and he's this and he's that.
No, I'm saying as opposed to confrontation.
I disagree
Right.
with that. This is the reason why we're here. Because, like she said, she invited me. I went over and I got notification from dating sites, and miraculously, she was familiar with the tone of notification.
Absolutely. Isn't that interesting? His notification went off and she knew that it was Tinder right away, so clearly she's on that shit too.
Yeah, man. I said that a while ago. She on Tinder. They met on Tinder. I don't know why she getting mad for.
And without seeing it,
She knew a whole lot about it, not just.
she was right away, you got notification from Tinder. I said, yeah, I know. And then
Because she was looking for some ruckus. Once again, brothers, there is no bigger hypocrite than the average liberal woman. They're out there doing their thing. They're on social media. They got the smartphones. Dudes from work, number in their phone. Guys they meet at the club, on the street, so on and so forth. But they're trying to argue with their quote-unquote man about who he's talking to. Masood has figured the game out. Good for him.
even caught her.
And the game's not hard to figure out once you are an observant person. Once you see the patterns, once you go through it yourself, you're gonna understand, man, that these women operate on a similar wavelength. A lot of them do. So my guy Masood was on game. As soon as he touched down to America, man, he knew what's up.
We were watching TV and she was
And that's because of culture. Come on now.
under influence again, and she was texting the other guys saying that, oh, you're so cute, and she think I didn't see it, but I saw it.
Of course, because you're a player from the Himalayas. They can't get nothing past you, Masood. But you notice, Masood didn't get emotional. He didn't get upset.
Yeah, he knew the deal was. We not exclusive. Ties back from the start. He said from the start of the relationship, we're not exclusive. So you're not gonna get mad if she texts another girl. It don't faze him. And that's how we gotta operate. If we're in a non-exclusive relationship with a girl, bro, if she texting another dude, so what? You're not gonna worry about that dude, bro. Just do your thing. Focus on yourself. Make sure that you try to reach your aspirations on a daily basis, and you're straight.
He just understands that's part of the game. He's in America. He already knows what these females are. He most likely has a wife wherever he's from. Whatever country he's from, he probably has a wife there. He does not take any of these females in America seriously. That's why he's chilling.
I'm like, we agreed that it was a casual relationship, nothing else. And throughout the years, I learned that you're not supposed to be in two situations. One is in front of your mom, standing in front of your mom when she's mad. And second one is being around a woman who's under influence.
Very intelligent man, sir. He said there's two situations you're not supposed to be in front of your mother when she's upset and in front of a drunk woman.
That's a fact, man.
There's nothing good that's going to come from engaging in an altercation or confrontation with a woman who has imbibed. Women by nature are delusional, so they tell lies to themselves first off, and then they'll go and tell lies to the authorities, and that's when they're sober. Can you imagine when they're drunk? Hell no. That's why, once again, it's important for brothers to have their own place before they develop serious relationships with women. Because if you're at her place and she starts riffing, no problem. Bye.
And you're gonna ask gonna get homeless. That or move back in with your mom. Shit like that is sad, man.
So I left.
Who's mad? Because you're on Tinder.
I left. That was it, and that's why we're here.
Now, what is the lawsuit? What's the property damage?
Your Honor, December 14, 2018, around 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. at night, she came over to my place. I invited her, and she parked in front of my garage. She thought she parked, but she rolled into my garage.
Because she did it on purpose. That's why even Masood put parked in quotation marks, because he understood that she did it on purpose. That's some shit that concubines do. I did a video a while ago, a 2-part video, on the difference between a wife material woman and a concubine material woman, and I used the film Mo Better Blues as a backdrop. And over the course of the analysis of those 2 videos, I was trying to display to brothers that the concubine will do little silly shit like that. Like the sister that played Denzel Washington's character's concubine. Denzel Washington's character was named Bleak Gilliam, and he had a concubine by the name of Clark. Very attractive sister, but she was always doing stupid shit to try to distract him from his goal and his focus. She even bit his lip because he was a trumpet player. While meantime, he also had the wife material woman who, even though she became upset by many things that he did, she was never destructive. That's one of the main things that brothers have to understand. These bros that try to destroy your property and key your car and slash your tires and throw rocks through your windows, that's barely a concubine level female, but she's showing you that at best, that's all she is.
I don't know why, but, and then
And they think it's cute too to destroy your property, like your PS4, PS5, Xbox. They think it's cute to cut up the disc too. No wonder they can't get a man. They show their destructive tendencies online for the world to see. Oh, I'm crazy. Like, and these dudes stay going after them too, which is not baffling. It's just disappointing. Cause the woman told you what she's about from the jump. You still decide to put yourself in that type of situation. You're dumb, man. Do better, son.
she came into my house. She said, I'm sorry, I ran into your garage door. I'm going to pay everything. It's my responsibility. I said, okay, that's fine.
Says my responsibility. That's a few times I ever heard that coming out of the woman's mouth. Responsibility. It's my responsibility. They barely take any type of accountability, responsibility, and culpability as is. Sounds like cap to me, bro. What she was saying.
Fine. She called the garage door company, and they basically presented her that they can either charge full amount or half of them upfront, another half in 2 weeks. So after this incident, she refused to pay the second payment, and then she never returned their phone call, never returned their text messages. And I texted her multiple times, and then she texted me back. She said, stop harassing me. And after that, I had the text message.
She was hoping to get you to respond like many of the men that she was accustomed to in Western civilization would respond, by going back and forth and becoming emotional with her. That's really what she's upset about. She's dealing with a dude who operates on a manly level.
I have the text.
Let me see what you have. Ma'am, you tell me what happened here.
Okay, so I came over to...
My man had the text messages printed out and all that. Whenever you're trying to file for a lawsuit or anything like that, make sure you come with the proof, ample proof at that too, multiple proofs. That way, all bases are covered.
To Masood's house, coming back from Chicago. It was a blizzard outside as I was coming back. I texted him if I could park in his driveway. So it was slippery, and I don't know how it happened, but...
You don't know how it happened.
They love to say that too. I don't know how it happened, or I don't remember. It's just selective memory.
How about you put your damn foot on the gas instead of the brake? That's how that should happen. Give me a fucking break. That bro knew exactly what the hell she was doing. She said to herself, you know what? This dude keeps playing with me. I have other dudes, but they don't measure up to this guy. This is the guy that I want to one day ask to marry me, because I had a guy like this 24, 25 years ago and I blew it. Here's my last chance. I'm 44, 45 years old. I have to get Botox every other month just to stop from looking like the damn crypt keeper. I need this guy to make a commitment to me, and he will not do it. And then on top of that, he won't get emotional. I know what I'll do. I'll run my car through his damn garage door.
Did run into his garage door. Long story short, he went online and looked up. He's like, well, we just need to get a new panel. It's not that big of a deal. And I agreed to pay that. I didn't agree to pay for a brand new door.
And it was how much?
Between $150 and $300.
And that's what you agreed to pay for, and that was the final agreement.
Well, because...
Because what? Because you thought that he was gonna let shit slide, you don't have to pay for it no more? Because you thought that you gave him a piece of the coochie, he's just gonna be like, forget it. Because what? Because it was slippery? Nah. Pay what you owe. It's that simple, man. If you owe anybody type of money or anything like that, don't try to front and not try to pay him, bro. You just look weak as hell doing that. If you owe somebody money, pay them back. Regardless how long the time takes, make sure you pay them back in full. In full. Even if they don't want it, it's just not for you. Just don't do it for them, do it for yourself. As a reminder that you're an honorable person and that you're a man of your word.
He said that because he said that it was this much and getting estimates, what I told him is I said, I need more estimates. Do you have the measurements for...
Need more estimates for what? The price was already there. Between $200 and $350. He showed you the full price range. What more can you ask? It's like, come on, man. She's not doing herself any type of favors by creating all type of excuses right here.
The door, so we can, check out. I wasn't ready to just pay $1,000.
I don't need your whole phone. I want Tinder ringing over here on me.
You don't want no Tinderinos. The Tinderonis. Yo, this dude, Judge Mathis, is funny, son.
Hey, yo, Masood's phone probably smelled like panties.
Go ahead.
So I was driving. I was on a conference call. He calls, I need to talk to you. I've got the garage door people. And I'm like, I'm fresh. I was busy running. Anyway, I did agree to pay for it. I did.
How much?
So then why create all this bullshit narrative about the measurements and all that? You're even stuttering as to why you couldn't get the money. And I was stuttering like a motherfucker too, man. Get it together. I gotta do better, man. Do better, son.
That's the entire cost?
I didn't say because I paid it because he pressured me. He's very...
Wow. I paid it because he pressured me. So you're just gonna alleviate all the responsibility, culpability, and accountability for running through this man's garage door. See, I told you, man. A lot of these women don't like to take responsibility for whatever reason. They're too prideful, bro. Nothing their fault. Is that simple?
aggressive. He's like...
Wait a minute. Now you're saying he's very aggressive. Before you claim he was scared of confrontation. So which one is it?
Yeah. Come on, man. Masood, like, the fuck this bitch talking about, bruh? Aggressive? I don't argue with you. How am I aggressive? I ain't touch you.
Agreed to. You said I did agree to pay for the door. And now you're saying you agreed because he pressured you.
Because she's trying to claim that she got coerced. She's hoping that you're going to give her a favor or, do her some type of solid. She's trying to play the scared woman routine now.
I did both.
Okay.
Both. Where's the proof, bro? Let's see the evidence. Please.
Well, and you haven't finished paying for it. What's your defense there?
My defense there is, I agreed to pay for the damage. I didn't know it was going to need a brand new door.
Did you?
What? Y'all just looked at doors together. You even talked about the measurements of the door. She's just lying. She's just lying her ass off so much. It's unhealthy.
You know what the total amount was going?
She said she agreed to pay for the damage. She didn't know that he was going to need a brand new door. Well, if you damage the door, that means that you got to pay for a brand new door. What type of dumb shit is this?
I ain't that ass. What she talking about, man?
Be.
$9.95.
And you paid half.
I did.
So why don't you think you should have to pay the other half?
Because I thought it could be handled in a different way.
Okay.
What? Oh, what the fuck is he talking about? Do better, woman.
And it wasn't.
You thought you could pay him half and then the other half you could just suck his dick about 4 or 5 times and you forget about it, right? Get out of here.
See how it's handled. You agreed to pay for it and you paid half. What is that you want to show me? You're about to win, but if you don't want to win...
Mesu gonna show the judge some freaky text messages that she sent him. Feel like, and Your Honor, she's also trying to defraud me. I never want to hit on her. She wants to suck my dick and only give me half for the door. So please give me the whole money.
Hey, yo. Where did these accents be coming from, bro?
Everything included? Defendant $9.95 question mark. Yes, you say. Perfect. They can call me for payment or I can just send you the card number. All right, so you had a direct payment relationship with them, right?
Because he set it up through my email.
Yeah, he set up because he's trying to get his money.
Right. And so why weren't you dealing with them afterwards?
Because I didn't want to pay it.
No, because you didn't want to pay them.
I didn't feel I should have to pay it, and I was a woman scorned.
A woman scorned. Oh my god. Oh my god. A woman scorned. You don't get out of here with that bullshit.
Okay, now that's the point. The reason why you didn't want to pay it is because you're upset that you ran into a man that you couldn't manipulate.
Matt.
Okay. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
Yeah, tell her ass to get the fuck up out of here. Come on, man.
Well, I'm happy with the outcome.
Well, he lies. He lies. He has other women, and he put me under the impression that we were a serious relationship.
He just told you from the jump that we don't want to be exclusive. And I don't want to be tied down. And you agreed to it. And now look at you. You're mad. Salty. Look at her face, man. She has no eyebrows.
He didn't put you under the impression of shit. Like he stated, you was at his house, sexting and texting with other dudes. You got upset that you got outgamed. Mesuda's a player from the Himalayas. He's cold as ice. There ain't shit that you could do with him.
He's cold as ice.
Or just continue to be the concubine for him that you know you're meant to be. It's not that big a deal. But once again, brothers, honesty is the best policy, especially if you're dealing with a chick that you know has no real chances of anything serious happening with her. Don't be trying to act like she's going to be a wife material woman. Now, unfortunately, sometimes you come across a chick that you might think has the possibility of something serious happening with her, and it doesn't go that way. But either way, you always put the Most High first, and just like Masuda's doing, you have to invest in your own future. You cannot be concerned with these modern-day westernized liberal females because they're all over the damn place, driving through garage doors and shit. Like, what's going on with this broad? She's batshit crazy. He better watch himself because she'll be back. So peace.
She might run through his house with the car. But either way, guys, that's about to be the end of the video. Chronicles of Judah provided some great insight and analysis of these this situation and how as men we should deal with this situation. Because let's face it, we're gonna run into these type of situations. If it's not the same, it's similar. And we have to have the mental acuity and move with some tact as to how we deal with this situation instead of being emotional. So either way, that's my end of message. I'd like to conclude the video. So peace out.